This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It's your boy Swank. It's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're in New York. We're talking Bills football. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 12. We have a very special guest tonight, Mr. Nate Turner, ex-running back for the Buffalo Bills. We're going to talk about OTAs. We're going to talk a little D-Hop. We're going to talk at the state of the offense. We're going to take all your questions and comments because we love doing that over here at 24 Buff Fandemonium. And this is a giveaway show. So tell all your friends, tell your granny, tell everybody but your ex-wife, leave a comment during this live stream right now, and you can go over to our Bonfire store, our official 24/7 Buff Fandemonium shop, and you can pick out one thing of your choosing on the Wheel of Destiny next week when we roll it. So we're going to hit this intro. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to talk Bills football, baby. Here we go. Here it is, and here we are. It's another beautiful Tuesday evening, and you're here with me, Swank, the host of the K-Gun Report. Right over here next to me, my buddy, you know him, you love him, Mr. Scooter Magooter.
What's up, Bills Mafia? Finger Lakes Mafia? Swank mentioned that Bonfire store. You can get one of these guys. 15 ounce or holds more than just coffee. Cheers.
Get it.
Get this conversation going. Go
get
Bills.
it. You get it. That's right. It holds more than coffee. It also holds tea, Kool-Aid, and your alcoholic beverage of choice, which mine would be that Kolsch right there, boy. That Ruby Red from Genesee, locally brewed in Rochester, New York. Right below me is the guy that looks like the guy next to me. We got to do like a poll someday. Which Reed brother do you prefer? I would love to hear that. This is my boy down here, Jarrod, Jerry Reed. What's up, Jerry?
Be nice, everybody. Hey, I'm here going to talk Bills football with you guys. I can't wait. Represent FLX Mafia between Cuca and Seneca Lake. You can also put a nice cactus plant in that mug if you'd like. Go Bills.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Very topical, very topical. We do have a special guest that is supposed to be joining us, Mr. Nate Turner, ex-Buffalo Bills running back. We're just waiting for him to join. So in the meantime, we're going to talk all sorts of goodness. We're going to say hi to our fan base, and we're going to get into some of this Bills news that we've been teasing at you a little bit here. In the comments, we have Mr. Patrick Hughes. Patrick, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no overtime tonight. This is the statement, saith the Swank. There will be no overtime tonight. Scott's got a very important meeting with his old lady, and we're going to be done at 8:59, baby. You just mark my words.
If Swank can't wrap it up, I'll just set the end meeting.
He'll just end it, dude.
The funny thing is, Scott let us all know earlier today that we need to end close to 9 because he's got to have a talk with his wife, Ellen, and we're like,
damn, why don't you give her an address? Why don't you put out her social security number, Jerry? Damn.
Don't worry, guys. My life's not in danger. So, it was funny.
Yeah, we got our boy Joey Hatch Jr. What's up, Joey? We got Cookie. What's up, Josh? Josh, I might be getting at you to pick up some shirts for me for the band, if you know what I'm saying. We got our resident blogger, our resident football analyst, our resident best friend, Mr. Rob Mullen. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Rob.
Guys?
Get over on that website, 247buffandemonium.com, and see all the latest and greatest from our boy Rob. He's really putting in work over there and trying to get you through this off season.
Yep.
We got John Johns. What is up, Johns? They're down in paradise, him and Lisa, having the time of their life. I don't know if you guys have been following this on social media.
Paradise.
Damn, I'm jealous. I can't wait for the moonshine shots in September, I'll tell you that. We got Matt. Put Steve Tasker in the Hall of Fame. What is up, brother? We got Ryan Vine. What's up, Ryan? We got the amazing, the beautiful Ellen Lartz. She says, what's up, everybody? Happy birthday, Nate Turner. Absolutely. It was Nate Turner's birthday the other day. And, Scott's going to sing to him when he comes on. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Patrick says, watching the K-Gun, this is the way. We got Derek, go Bills. Let's see. Matt
Holman.
Yeah.
That's his Twitter. That's the Twitter guy. Put Steve Tasker in the Hall of Fame. He's the one with the.
Yeah, I was putting that together, man. I was putting that together. He says, hi, guys, from Overland Park, Kansas. What's up, Matt? Matt, thank you so much for, supplying the world with the best message that you can possibly give, which is put Steve Tasker in the Hall of Fame. Also, you hooked us up with some koozies, man, like a long time ago when we first started this, and we love it. Thank you so much. And Jarrod won that Steve Tasker 8x10 from you that was signed on one of your giveaways, and we paid it forward. And I can't remember who won it. Somebody
Alberto
won it.
Rivera.
Alberto Rivera. So we passed it on to a very willing recipient in the Bills Mafia Nation. And
Hell yeah.
You're a great dude, Matt. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Thank you,
Thank you, Matt.
What's up, Casey? Uh-oh. Patrick Hughes, Derek Swank, if we win the prize, do we get it signed by the Reed boys and you? Sure. That's what you want. We'll mark it up. No problem. I'd be glad to. It's just going to say overtime.
Yeah, I was just going to say, does it have to be our names? I'm going to put my paw on it.
Mine's going to say Reed 2.
Reed 2? Oh, wait. Oh, you're the second because you're the youngest, right? I got it. I got it.
2 minutes.
I'm the number one Reed.
Number one. The first Reed. Let's not go too
first.
far. We got Derek saying, let's begin with the elephant in the room. Where is D-Hop going? We're going to get there, Derek. Don't you worry, buddy. We got Doug. What's up, Doug?
What's up, Doug?
Rob says, in regards to the popular Reed brother, is there a third option?
Just pick Swank. It'll make me and my brother both feel better if you just pick Swank.
People think that I'm like the paternal triplet, I think is what it is, right? Wait, fraternal, right? You guys are fraternal?
We're identical. You'd be
identical. Identical. I'd be fraternal. That's what it is. Okay. We're weird. We got Chris Christian. No overtime. What shenanigans is this? The thing is, Chris, overtime is the shenanigan. Really, you've just gotten so used to it. Now this is like special. 9 o'clock is special.
See what happens is when we get like 10, maybe 5-10 years from now, when a big TV company wants to hire us and have us do a show, and they tell us an hour, we got to wrap up in an hour, guys. So we better start practicing now.
Yeah, man, it's all about syndication here at 24/7 Buff Pandemonium on the K-Gun Report. When we're talking about that, before, Scott's talking about an ESPN scenario, maybe an NFL Network scenario.
Finger Lakes 1, who knows?
Finger Lakes 1, yeah. I'm talking about just keeping it real right here, and where are we right now? The Buff Fan Base Network, you know what I mean? The best people. Our boy Justice General hooking us up. We had a great meeting the other night, and this partnership, man, it's just been beautiful for all of us. Please go follow and support Buff Fan Base. Everybody, all their content creators. It's amazing. It's a great group of people. Also, we are sponsored by the one and only 26 Shirts. Go over to 26shirts.com. See what they got brewing up over there. Del Reed's always got the best designs for the best cause. And I don't know. It feels real special to us to be a part of something that is so Buffalo Bills. And I don't know. 4 years, man. Here we are.
Yeah.
Loving it, right? Loving every minute.
Wouldn't trade it for a thing.
Hell yeah. Oh, I think John Johns and Lisa are back now. He said we were. I hope you had a good time either way, brother.
Yeah.
We got Keely Smith. What's up, Keely?
She commented. She won.
No.
Unless Lonnie commented.
Oh, Lonnie. Hi, guys. There you go.
Yep.
We got Adam. He seems like a new name. Adam Burros. Ooh, man, that's a... Yo, can you phonetic that one? I try to be as good as I can about names, buddy. Boros. Do you guys see this one? Borosco. All right.
I would say Borosco.
Borosco. Is that right? Let us know, Adam. And thank you so much for turning in, man.
Hey, Adam.
Let's see. We got... Oh, let's see. Mario. What's up, Mario? The good doctor's in. Dr. Bruce.
Dr. Bruce.
You can catch the injury report over at buffpandemonium.com, 24/7 buffpandemonium.com.
I must say, those Finger Lakes are a great place to go fishing. My dad took Scott and I all the time, all over the place, and They are a wonderful spot, Mario. Good fishing lakes for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. We are getting ready to put in an order for these here t-shirts locally. You can, of course, go to our bonfire site and order whatever you want, whatever size you want. But we're going to have a handful of these on hand. We actually have a local vendor that is interested in ordering a bunch and selling them. We'll let that leak when it becomes official. But we are putting in. So if you're local, Finger Lakes, we're going to do a batch of these FLX Mafia shirts. We're probably going to have the post out here in the next couple days. You can get in on reserving yours with your size and pick up location, whatever. We'll figure it out to drop it off if you're in the Finger Lakes region. If you are outside of the Finger Lakes region, we suggest that you go to the bonfire site and just order what you want over there. All right. But we are putting in a big order. We're probably trying to get all the Rager gear together and stuff too. So anybody that is interested in that, keep that in mind, message us, do whatever you got to do. There will be a post out in the next couple of days. Let's see, we got Ken O'Daniel. What's up, fellas? 20 chocolate lab pups. Ken, I got to tell you, dude, I'm going to be hitting you up. Not this time around, though, I don't think. Next time around for sure. We got Diana Kirkdorfer. What is up, Diana? Shane Becker, all these great, man. Let's see, Adam says, ha, 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 yes, hard name to figure out, but you guys got it. Nice job, boys. The Reed boys smashed that name. That was good.
We're known for jacking up names, too, so it feels good to get that one right.
Yeah. Ellen says, Swank, you know damn well you're a Reed by osmosis.
Yep.
Ken O'Daniel said something about 20 chocolate puppies.
Yeah.
If you want a chocolate puppy, got their papers and everything, go to Chocolate Lab Puppies in Benton, KY, Kentucky. He's got beautiful dogs. I got my dog from there. Scott got his dog from there. It's a Facebook page. Hit it up. He's got puppies.
20 of them.
How, out of curiosity, did you guys meet him or is it like a ship thing or what do you do? You're muted.
I met him halfway.
Yep. I met him in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Oh, we got a guy named Buffalo Spartan.
This is Sparta.
Damn, you just made up for that weak ass one that happened last week. I'm so proud of you, Scott. That was good.
Thank you.
Our boy Buffalo
100%.
Spartan. Spartan, what's up? Are you coming to the Rager this year? What's going on? I want to hear a confirmation, or at least an alibi or a reason or something. Give me something, boy. We do have for the Rager this year that's going to be held in Manchester, New York at Reinvention Brewing, just as it was last year. We have gotten confirmed from Bill's Goose, Bill's Mav, Bill's Kid, Bill's Dad, Bill's Wonder Woman, Bill's Leia. Am I missing anybody?
Maverick?
Oh.
Did you say Maverick?
I said Maverick and Goose. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the super fans coming out.
Coming too. He confirmed.
Mark Maddox.
Hell yeah.
Coming to the Rager again this year. If you want to meet one of the best people and also an amazing ex-player for the Buffalo Bills, this is your chance right here in the Finger Lakes, man. Comes up. All the proceeds go to Help One Foundation, which is Mark Maddox's charity. We have a great time. Lots of cool stuff. We're trying to get together. The fan base is coming together. We're going to try and have like some different podcasts going on throughout the day. We're going to have some music, big raffles, giveaways, all the usual stuff, 50-50. Come get an autograph, come take a picture. It's going to be a great day. We can't wait.
I know one of those big items up for grabs already is going to be a Color Rush Josh Allen jersey.
Hell yeah.
So that's a good one. That's a good one right there.
Oh, let's see. Derek wants to say, he said, did you guys see Josh Crushing's homer here in Toronto? No, I didn't see it.
Josh is bad.
Josh Allen. Yes. I did see that. Yeah, crushing homers is what he said. I thought he was talking about a guy named Josh Crushing.
Crushings.
And I'm so out of baseball, I have no idea.
That's what I thought too. That's an
Okay,
awesome
good.
baseball name, by the
Good,
way.
good. That's why I'm the lost triplet. Yeah. All right. John Robert says, which is another new name, I believe. John, thanks for tuning in. According to the NFL Network, Hopkins signed an agent. I did hear this. Scott, have you heard anything about this?
Kelton Crenshaw is the guy's name. They just signed him. He just signed him recently. Not sure if he's been having problems negotiating. Which is probably why he's got him. But it'll be interesting to see what this guy provides for DeAndre Hopkins. I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. If DeAndre doesn't play at all this year, maybe hiring an agent wasn't the smartest idea.
I think it's kind of weird to do it now because he's never had an agent. He's had an advisor, right? Like through his whole career, he's never had an official agent. And if the rumors are true that, before when the Cardinals were trying to shop him for a trade, Odell Beckham kind of screwed that all up because when he signed with the Ravens, he got signed for a premium, and Hopkins said he's not playing anywhere. He's not getting traded anywhere for any less money than what Odell got. Now, he's not getting traded. He's cut. So he could legitimately end up anywhere that's got the room, A, to pay him, or B, like the biggest thing I think is a championship contender. I don't think the money is as important to him. I think he wants to play for a good team. He's getting in the twilight years of his career. He's got a little gas left in the tank. I don't think the money is as big of a deal, and I think we got the moves to be able to make the room. Jarrod, what do you think about that?
The more you guys talk, the more I know he has his agent now, which doesn't always necessarily mean more money. It means negotiating what's written on that contract. So if you want to pay him a lot of money for 1 year, he's out of the Buffalo Bills. He's not going to be with the Bills. But if you make that work like a Von Miller contract where it's longer, where stuff's guaranteed here and there, then it could possibly work because we got a lot of players on this team right now that we could still negotiate money with. So there's that. It's going to be interesting to watch. Hire an agent. I'm glad he did it. That means he's got a good head on his shoulders. He wants to get something good. You got to give him credit for that. And let's just see where the dollar bills lie.
Yeah, right now, Trey White and Deion Dawkins can both restructure their contracts, and that'll free up about $11 million. So that on top of our 1.6 that we currently have in cap space, it's 11.6. I don't see the Bills paying him that much if they go after him, but it's still money you can mess around with. And 2 years from now, in 2025, we actually have $75 million in cap space. Obviously, the roster doesn't look as pretty, but you can always sign them for 3 years and guarantee that money later on down the road. So it'll be interesting. 31 years old, I believe. So he's about the same age as Diggs. Keep those guys around till they want to retire. I don't see a problem with that.
I think you can get a solid 2 years out of D-Hop in this offense. And if you did not the length of like a Von Miller deal, but like a 3 year with an option to get out of the third. And, we got Adams asking $15 million for a year. I mean, that's what Odell got, right? Like, I don't think that that part of it is as important right now. I think when he was getting traded, that was important because when you're getting traded, unless he had a clause that said that he could decline the trade partner, he could have got shipped off to the Browns, whoever, he could have got shipped off to a horrible situation. And he was just saying, they're going to absorb my contract. Like, I am not playing somewhere shitty for less than what Odell did. I think now that he's free and clear, it might be a little bit different of a scenario, and you can get around some of that stuff, little gymnastics with the cap there and see what happens. Lonnie is asking, what is the date of the Rager? Let's go. It's time to quiz the reads. Scott, what is the date of the regular season Rager for 2023? No looking it up. I can see your eyes.
September 2nd.
Hey, look at you guys.
It's going to run 3 o'clock to 9 p.m.
Look at you. What'd you do?
Reinvention Brewing Company, guys. A wonderful spot. We had it there last year. It's a beautiful place. Yummy beer and a nice little venue for sure.
Yummy beer indeed. What's the name of the beer that they're releasing, Jarrod?
Fanatics.
Super Fanatics.
Super Fanatics.
Yes. I'll give you half a point for that one. Nice job. Nice job. Scott, who is the professional ex-football player that's going to be at the Rager?
Mark Maddox.
Hey, Mark Maddox. All right. Jarrod, 15 times 342.
1,729. I might be close. You should check that.
Let's see. Keely says no Chiefs. Mario says, man, I read an article yesterday. It stated about Christian Benford was trying out at safety. Then the Bills said he would be trying out at corner and safety. Your thoughts? Go ahead, Scott.
I think he's a good sized guy, smart guy. He plays the zone well. So dropping him back into that cover 2 zone, I think wouldn't be a bad option. Obviously, we've had our injury bug with Poyer and Hyde. And to be able to have someone like a Cyril Neal who could play corner and safety is always beneficial for the roster. So if Benford can find playing time either way, that all translates, especially if they play the zone. I think it's a good call. Anytime you can get reps. The only reason he's getting reps at safety is because he understands the cornerback position well enough. So I could tell you right now, McDermott wouldn't have him bouncing around unless he had one position down solid. I'm excited for him. That's a great way to make a roster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's a great part of this defense, and I also think that he's probably going to Kyer a run for his money regardless, because we know the 2 guys that are starting back at safety.
Yep.
Jerry, what do you think?
He played the CB position last year right off the bat. It's one of those things where Buffalo Bills bring in players that are able to play in multiple positions. I think it's great. Like Scott said, he must have the CB down if they're going to be trying him back there, because it never hurts to get those reps. But big packages too, he might be able to step in at that nickel. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad, we got the talent on that defense to move players around like that. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know that they love multiple position players. Like, that is Bean and McDermott's deal. They love people that can play multiple positions. So here you go. There's a lot of competition back there for that safety position, I feel like. A lot more than I remember the last couple of years. So it would be interesting. I think Benford is too good to not have on the field in some capacity, right? Like, that's kind of the feeling that we all have here.
Mm-hmm. All right, and the Bills drafted Alex Austin in the 7th round of this year's draft. I would say right now, preseason is going to be really fun, guys, with these position battles, because even though our roster almost looks the same, there's going to be a bunch of position battles, and I think the Dean Marlowe versus Benford might be that position to watch.
I like it. You guys, keep these questions coming. I love it. You guys are being amazing. And remember, every time you comment, you're entered. You're entered to win anything from our store. I'll throw the link in the comments here. You guys can peruse if you like. You can also, what do we remember the discount code?
K-Gun Report.
K-Gun Report. If you write K-Gun Report at our bonfire site, which you can go to 247buffpandemonium.com/shop and hit the link to our bonfire site. If you write K-Gun Report, you'll get 5% off, save you a little bit of shipping. And that's just because we love you guys for watching the show and supporting us, and we appreciate it. But just by commenting tonight, you could pick out one item from that show or shop, not the show, the shop, and be entered to win on the Wheel of Destiny. You could just scoop it right up into your little grubby hands, it'd be great.
Swank, if I'm picking one item for the show, I want that thing behind Scott's left shoulder. It says Allen White, looked like a signed jersey framed.
Oh, okay, you can get it. No problem.
That's fine. Okay, perfect.
We got Jarrod Arnon. Oh God, man, I'm being horrible at this. Jarrod, let me know what your last name is here. Arnon. I think I got it. Jarrod Arnon. Is that right? He says, who do you guys feel has the best shot at middle linebacker? This is interesting. I'm starting to lean towards our rookie. What do you think, Scott?
But isn't he too small, Scott?
I love it. What? He's 6'1", 225 pounds. You look at the best linebackers currently, middle linebackers in the league. There's 18 teams that run that 4-3, 4-2-5 defense. Well, 4-3 more times than not. Their middle linebackers, the average size for a middle linebacker, 6'2", 235 pounds. So he is not small. He can gain 5 pounds and be right up there with those big guys. Doran Williams, guys, is a guy that he's already taken a bunch of reps at the middle linebacker. I think the challenge for him is going to be learning McDermott's playbook. But, guys, he's flying to the ball. He's fast. He's strong. He's instinctive, a little more instinctive, I believe, than Tremaine Edmonds, but he still has to play the game, obviously. I'm just saying that based off what I saw in colleges. And in college, he ran a similar defense. the guy flies. Keep your eyes out for him. He may be steal of the draft. Rob Mullen's got a nice draft profile on him on our website. Go check it out if you want to read up more about him. But this guy's legit. And if McDermott is starting to call the plays this year, he may have his guy coming in right with him in Dorian Williams. I'm excited for him.
Can we talk about the fact that they love corner, like cover linebackers, right? Like Matt Milano is their bread and butter. And I believe Sean McDermott the other day said in his press conference, cover corner, like, or cover linebackers, like that's like kind of like where we're leaning. If you could get 2 Milanos back there, I don't think I'm mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's an interesting concept, and it's really, I think it's going to be hard for offenses to tell exactly what McDermott's going to do. Like this is his welcome back kind of party, calling a defense. You know, you got a couple new little pieces. You got people healthy. Like, I think it's going to be interesting. Jerry, what do you think?
It's going to be an interesting, battle to watch. We have our favorites, AJ Klein, Dotson. They've been there for a little bit. They know the system. But as Scott alluded to earlier, Dorian has played the 4-2-5, and he was very successful in that 4-2-5. If he does have a smaller, lower frame, which is taking on bigger guys, that the line could be difficult when you're trying to leverage yourself against them. But what he might have is, like Scott said, the instincts might get him up towards that line quicker than Tremaine Edmonds was. If you're stopping the center or the guard from getting out to 3 or 4 yards down the field, if you're stopping them at 2 yards, that makes it easy for Milano to come through and sweep through. So it's not only the size. Okay, if a guard comes out and gets on him 5 yards down the field and pushes him out, that's one thing. But if Dorian's able to read that play, step up within that 2 yards of the scrimmage, stop that guard there, then you're going to have those guys sweeping through for the cleanup. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I can't wait to see it. We got a lot of veterans on that defense, guys. So they're all going to be teaching this guy from the back, from the front, from the left and the right. And getting him in there early is just going to benefit this young man. So let's see what happens.
We got Cookie coming in with the obvious caveman, AJ Klein. He was on the radio tonight, this afternoon, WGR. Man, he is one of those dudes that when you're listening to him talk, and I don't think all of us have had a very big opportunity to listen to him in any capacity, right? So poised, very veteran, solid, just a solid depth to this middle linebacking core. What do you think? Do they start with the caveman out there just to get some solidify that linebacker position?
It's going to be a tough decision for McDermott. I mean, right now, I would say if OTAs obviously are optional, but once they have to be there, I think he might be the guy manning the starting reps, and it's going to be his to lose. But I think Dorian's speed and his instinct are going to take over eventually. I like Caveman, and it may be situational football. You get the third and shorts, the goal line packages, you may see Caveman in there instead of Dorian. So he'll get his reps, but it all depends. We'll see who is out there for majority of the pass plays and majority of the downs.
I like it. I think you can't go wrong. This roster got better this season, even though there wasn't the splash, there wasn't, the craziness. I mean, D-Hop would change all that anyway. But God, I mean, even the depth at wide receiver that we got, it's still exciting. Like Hardy and Sheffield are exciting players, and we were all stoked until this D-Hop thing became just a little more real, So, going back linebacker wise, I don't know. I think this defense is going to be a new look with a familiar feel, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, Micah had said during his press conference today that he was asked if the defense looks different under McDermott, and he said everything looks the same. So what I get from that is, McDermott has a history, and Coach Rivera will tell you that McDermott has a history of having an aggressive defense. We didn't see it with Leslie Frazier. So that tells me that McDermott let Leslie Frazier play his style defense. I think we are going to see more of an attack defense with McDermott. And now that we have Hyde saying that he's not seeing much of a difference, that just means that that big fill in the middle linebacker position, if he's not seen much of a difference, that means those linebackers must be doing something right. Because I think he would have said something, because he's an honest guy. He would have said something along the lines of, "We've got work to do. We're learning." All those key phrases.
Yeah.
He didn't say any of those. He said it looks the same.
Yeah.
So that means things must be flowing the same. Granted, they're wearing t-shirts. A lot different when the pads go on.
For sure. Yeah, and that's something McDermott has said too. So it'll be interesting, man. I also don't think he'd show his hand. He wouldn't be, we know the tells because we've been listening to Sean McDermott press conferences for years and years, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. This early on, I don't know if he would show his hand. But there's a huge amount of players that are still here from the system that's been in place for 6 years. So it'll be interesting to see. We have go ahead.
That's why I think, if AJ Klein has to step in and let Dorian learn his way, for the first 7 games, we see 3 AFC East division teams. So those are teams that AJ Klein has seen while he's been here. So while Dorian's learning, AJ Klein's already seen these defenses or these teams that he's playing. And then we got the Commanders who are struggling, and Jaguars and Giants are going to be the only other teams that might give issues with the gameplay. But, I think having more than half or less, a little bit less than half of the games for the first 7 games being AFC East benefits that linebacker committee, especially if we're waiting for Dorian to come in.
Absolutely. Patrick Hughes says, Hyde also said, "I'm ready to add an Aaron Rodgers INT ball to my trophy case. Love it. You can run Rodgers, but you can't hide."
Love it.
Patrick, dude, you are the king of one-liners, my man. I love it. Yeah, I did see that quote. I just want to see Micah Hyde on the football field this year. I can't wait. Him and Poyer, and I want to see him healthy. And I want our season back. I want last year back, and I think that's what we're going to get this year.
It's something we haven't seen in a while. Do you guys understand how long it's been since those 4 defensive backs have played together? The 3, I mean. Poyer was injured. Hyde was injured last year. Trey White injured in between. They haven't played together in forever. And Kyer Elam hasn't benefited from having all those guys back there. So, yeah, for sure. And he's itching. He's rearing to go, ready to go. Hyde is. So I can't wait to see him out there finally.
Hell yeah.
What I got from his press conference was these guys have been with each other for a long time now. Just being on the field and playing with them has, touched a personal spot, that hits the heart a little bit more. And I think this season with those guys playing is going to be more of a personal and a camaraderie thing than it has been in the past. So to see that in the conference was awesome. It's good to hear, that we haven't won a Super Bowl with these guys. We want to. We all been together for so long. That's our push. Do it. Get it.
Well, I want to transition from the defense here into the state of the offense. That is a topic that we were going to address tonight, and we will continue to address tonight. We got a couple questions waiting in the comments that I'm going to throw up here. But Paul Rossi and all of his legendary OG 24/7 glory has given me the perfect segue statement, and I had to throw it up and say it. Paul says he's less concerned about the defense, but concerned offense will not take another step forward with Dorsey as OC, especially after the press conference. Worried he is in over his head. Great point, Paul. We kind of were talking about that in our little messenger group today. Dorsey's press conference, I want to believe in Dorsey. I like him. I like his attitude. I like his fire. I think he was a rookie offensive coordinator, and I think we got to let last season be what it was. I think people should not be too upset with the production that came out of that offense. I know we don't want Josh to run that much. We don't want Josh to have that much on his shoulders. It would be very nice if he could sit back in the pocket and dink and dunk and do exactly what he wanted to do. And if we had a massively successful running game, we want all these things. There are some growing pains. I wonder what Dorsey's resume from last season would look like on any other NFL team, an NFL team without Josh Allen. I do wonder that. But I do think that he is in tune with Josh enough and that this is like a living, growing kind of like game plan scenario that isn't very much like we're going to do this because we do this and I say we do this. I don't think it's that. I think it's very moldable and living. And I think that's exciting. I think it definitely takes a season to get that right. If last season was the season to start getting it right, and then you brought in these other pieces, these other offensive linemen, these monster running backs, to kind of give support to that, some extra playmakers in the wide receiver room, I think they're making the effort to be like, all right, Ken, like, now what is it?
Right.
You know, what do you guys think?
I think Ken Dorsey's very in tune with Josh Allen. He was his quarterback coach for a long time. And I think the problem last year, Swank, is red zone offense is one of the toughest offenses to call. Okay. Yep. It's a lot easier to call an offense when you're at the 20-yard line. You get 80 yards to work with. It was his freshman year as an offensive coordinator. That's a big task to take on. And if you're going to see something take a back seat, you're going to see that red zone offense to kind of window a little bit because it's tough. So what I'm seeing is with McDermott's press conference saying that he's going to protect Josh. Josh knows he's going to make better decisions. I think that was kind of telling us that Ken Dorsey is actually going to call a smarter game plan. What I wanted to hear from Dorsey and what I did hear from Dorsey, and it's the obvious, is that he is learning, he is reviewing tapes, things that work, things that didn't work. Of course, that's what all coaches are going to say, but sometimes you just want to hear it come out of his mouth, and I did, which is very exciting. So I think if he studies the film, he does have, like you said, a better line, ground and pound running backs. He improves that red zone offense. We go from number 4 ranked offense total last year to possibly the best ranked offense this year.
I mean, I like it. It's so hard, and we'd say this almost every week now, especially in this season. The margin that they need to improve is so minuscule, and the amount that you're picking apart certain play calling and stuff like that, or production is, I don't know. I sometimes I like to pretend like it's 1999 or it's 2004 or whatever. And if you told me for one season we had last season, I would be just over the moon, like in that time, to want to have this team. And we've just grown to expect it. It's not to say that the team shouldn't grow and be better. And I want them to be better. I want them to win a Super Bowl. I want all that. But I also think that, like, you know, it's a win now league. It's also ludicrous to think that a dude's just going to step into a position he's never been in before, and just knock it out of the park. That, like, how rare is that notion? You know what I mean? And I think he did a substantial job. Like, he did an adequate job. I think if it was Brian Dable, they would have been cheering from the rooftops that he called like the best season ever, but it's not. It's Ken Dorsey. So I think, you know, it's just interesting like that. Jarrod, what do you think?
Knock it out of the park season last year for Ken Dorsey. I know you mentioned that he's not going to have it, but I think he did. He ranked 5th in total yards offense. I'm just going to read some stats for you really quick.
Do it.
They ranked 4th in points. They ranked 6th in first downs, 1st and 3rd down conversions, top 5 for almost everything. One less game than everybody else. One less game. So they did it in 16, and everybody in front of them did it with 17. So
great point.
I think he had a phenomenal season for being his first year. They didn't get the ring, but his offense and his weapons on that side of, you know, going with him, it's going to be scary this year. He was top rank. We forget about that with one less game.
Yeah.
So I think he did a great job.
No, I agree. Absolutely agree. And we try to stay pretty positive on this show. If you're new to the show, and new to us, like, we're not here to really dog it, but we're also going to call a spade a spade. Like, it's, you know, if somebody's not doing a good job, I just think it's really hard to judge somebody who's an offensive coordinator for their first year. Like, you know, this isn't New England. We're not having a DC call plays randomly, you know, like it's a dude that's played quarterback at a high level in college and then, you know, competitively in the NFL, and has come up through the ranks as a coach who's respected, you know? So It's interesting. We got this goober Eric Gordner in here with the Kenny Pickett. What's up, Gordner? Longtime friend of the dudes
Eric?
in the show, man. Good to see you, buddy.
As you can tell, he's a huge Steelers fan. They're looking stacked offensively. They are looking stacked offensively. This will be your Kenny Pickett needs to prove it, or they move on from him.
Yeah, we got Patrick asking if we lost Nate Turner. We're not sure exactly what's going on with Nate. He's supposed to join. He has confirmed. Hopefully everything's cool. You know us, we like to deliver on our promises. So we'll check in with Nate and make sure. If not, we'll have him on another time. We're having a great time with you guys. So,
as we all know, life happens, right? So something might have come up. I hope everything's okay, but we'll just carry on. We're just commenting back and forth on our messenger how we love taking questions from the Fandemonium. So keep it up, guys. We love it.
This is great. We love you guys. Also,
one thing I want to add to the whole Ken Dorsey, Josh Allen thing is Mark Maddox has mentioned it a bunch of times. Players play the game, but coaches are the ones that set these players up for success. So if number 1 year for Ken Dorsey is a lot to take on, I think this will be a year that Ken Dorsey sets this offense up to be an offense with a 12 personnel with Kincaid and Dawson Knox. It'll be an offense that is going to be really hard to defend, and Ken Dorsey is going to set these players up for big-time success.
I agree, man. I think he's the dude that can do it. And here's the other thing. For anybody who might be on the fence about Dorsey, if he doesn't, he will be gone. Sean McDermott has no qualms about getting rid of offensive coordinators after a year. He's already done it. He did it in his second season. He did it. So if it's something that they don't feel is trending up, not going to stay around. For as great as this locker room is and this culture, it is a winning culture. It is a playoff caliber culture. It is a team that is focused on winning a Super Bowl. And they're right there. They're knocking on the door. Mm-hmm. So I'd say if we didn't have 30 disasters this year, like we did last year, we might be right there.
Yep.
I am trying to find, there was a question about James Cook, and I'm almost up on it, but Scott, you want to tell them a little bit about Buff Fan Base and 26 Shirts while I'm looking this up?
Oh, yeah. Buff Fan Base, guys. A network that we joined late last year, at the end of last year, a partnership that has come to be something awesome for us here at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium and the K-Gun Report. If you haven't already, hit them up on Twitter, Buff Fan Base. A lot of followers, but they have a lot of good content. And they also have a lot of good shows to watch, especially the K-Gun Report every Tuesday.
Hey,
and
Sunday sessions during the season, yeah.
Yep, Sunday. So we actually have 2 shows that are being that partnered up with them and sponsored by 26 Shirts. And for those of you who don't know who 26 Shirts is, Del Reed, the guy that started Bills Mafia, started up this wonderful charitable 26 shirt idea where every week he comes up with a new shirt design, and they're crazy, funny, awesome designs. But every one of these shirts goes towards a different donation, a different charity. And they've raised over $1.76 million so far to date. Yeah. And they're doing an amazing job there. And we couldn't be prouder and happier to be a part of that. This is something we've been loving doing for 4 years, but all this stuff is making it so much better, because it feels like, wow, we've come a long way. We're part of the Bills Mafia. These guys are the official Bills Mafia. We're part of it. I think it's awesome.
100%, man. We could not be happier. And it's just been an awesome ride. Really great people at Buff Fan Base, like-minded, and it's great, man. Adam says, you guys are awesome. I'm glad Patrick Hughes sent me an invite. You are on point. Adam, appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in every Tuesday, man. We do this every week, and we will all the way through the end of the season. Also, our boy Patrick Hughes, one of the original OGs. He's been one of my personal favorites for a very long time. He makes me laugh every single show, and I appreciate the hell out of it. New York Allegation says, whatever happened to Ryan? I don't know what that means. Are you talking about buff autographs? New York allegations?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Maybe.
Yep. Ryan, family's his biggest. He's a family guy, right? And
Yep.
he got busy at work, and his family is his main priority. And the Buffalo autographs thing was a hobby for him to try
Yep.
to raise money for his son. He did a good job doing it, loved doing it. But, you know, when work becomes busy and you're supporting your family, that kind of takes over. And we're still friends with Ryan.
Yep.
Just things went that way. Respect the man for everything he's done for us and his kids. And Ryan's an awesome guy. That's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Buff Autographs is now, if not defunct, on hiatus. I know his personal business got really busy, and they got to do what they got to do. But he provided us with a lot of great opportunities. He was the first sponsor of the show. Great dude. Donations, and we wouldn't have gotten to speak with Andre Reed in our second season if it wasn't for him, and that was one of my favorite highlights of the show. Also, yeah, I mean, just good dude. But yeah, life got in the way, and he's doing his thing, and we wish him nothing but the best. So thanks for asking, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like if something comes up, if he has the time to come back, I'm sure he will. And he'll be the first one to let us know.
He tunes in every once in a while.
Yep.
He says hi.
Yeah, he's around.
Yep.
Keep tuning in. He's around.
Is Del Reed the fourth Reed brother? Reed the fourth Reed brother. I don't know. We can.
I'd like
we
it.
We might be able to take pictures with him come regular season Rager.
Yeah, there's a possibility that 26 shirts might show up. We're working on that. Working on a couple possibilities.
Oh yeah.
The great thing about trying to get this thing situated this early is that the earlier you do it, the more we can push it, the more we can try to expand and do. If you were at last year's Rager, man, it was a highlight for me, for us. It went like better than we ever could have thought. And now to have Mark coming back again, and a bunch of our super fan friends also. Spartan said he's working on it. I don't know if you guys saw that comment come in. So I hope you can make it, brother. It was a great time. You and Jason, we had a blast. Yeah, it's just a gathering of great Bills fans, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium family. Like, we all get together and celebrate the kickoff of the year, man. And God, beers, football, music, cornhole, good times. It's great.
It is an awesome time.
Oh, our boy Kevin said it was a blast, had fun. Kevin, we're gonna see you again this year? Sure as hell hope so, buddy.
That was one of the best things, though, right? Meeting people that we've talked to through the past couple of years that showed up, and shaking their hands and giving them the hugs and talking to them. That was a damn good highlight.
Great, it was really great. The Johns, Ellen, everybody. I like this. Oh, Kevin's coming back. I love that. All right, so Rob Mullen, being the dad of the group, as he is, I love it. So
stay focused, kids.
Where did we leave off regarding the James Cook question? Oh, Jimbo, man. I gotta get back up to let me see if I can find it. See, I had it up there and then we got sidetracked, man.
I think we're in good hands with that running back room.
I think so too. Yeah.
There we go. One of the questions that...
How do you guys feel about James Cook this year? That is Adam's question.
Yep.
So go ahead. Sorry, Jared.
No. One of the questions that somebody asked Dorsey was, are you guys going to have more of a balanced offense this year? And I just kept thinking to myself, why do they need more of a balanced offense? They were top 5 this past year. But James Cook is going to add that wow factor, I think, to this offense. If you go back a couple shows, I said Devin Singletary is number 1, James Cook's number 2. But this year, if we were to put, if Devin Singletary was still on the team, I would have put James Cook in front of Devin Singletary. I think this guy is just going to not only...
Time out, man. Jarrod is like the biggest motor fan.
Yeah.
And you
It,
just
it
said
took a
those
year
words.
for James
Oh.
to see everything and get to know the field and how fast the NFL works. And James Cook is going to be something crazy. He's going to be out of the backfield. He's going to be, catching balls, running the ball with different, scenarios there. It's going to be awesome to watch. But then you add Kincaid, you add other weapons. This whole offense is going to be something crazy. And I think James Cook is going to benefit the most out of it. It's going to be fun to watch.
I
You ever
love it.
seen anybody for a whole season get 6 yards of carry? You might this year.
I like it. I think James Cook, like his running style, also leans towards longevity. I don't see him being like this atypical running back kind of like career. It's more of like a Camara almost kind of thing. I think they're going to start using him as, and he's got it. He's got the legs. I think he got really humbled by that fumble first play, first touch last year, and since then, guess what? Boy's on fire. He came out like a rocket. There was a lot of BS going around about the way they used him last year and that, he got punished or all this stuff. I think that's a rookie paying his dues, man. And I think that you're going to get a better James Cook this year because of the way that they handled it last year. What do you think, Scott?
I haven't seen his measurements yet this year, but I've read that he's bigger and faster than he was last year. Again, I haven't seen it, but I've read it in a couple spots. James Cook is going to benefit what we talked about earlier with the whole Ken Dorsey sophomore year thing, understanding the flow of things, understanding what worked last year compared to this year and all that stuff. Everybody on that offense is going to benefit from it. But Cook is a sophomore running back. Now he's going to be the guy that they're leaning on, catching the ball out of the backfield. I think if Ken Dorsey does learn from what he could have done last year, you're going to see 15 to 18 touches from James Cook this year, and he's going to average a whole lot of yards. Only because, as Jarrod said before, you bring in that 12 personnel with Knox and Kincaid, it's going to be a lot slower defense out there because they're going to body up, they're going to get bigger, and Cook's going to be able to run those stretches and those tosses right around those guys. So Cook's going to have a huge year. 1,000-yard rusher? I don't know. But a lot of touches, a lot of yards combined receiving and rushing, and a bunch of touchdowns. That's okay for me in this Josh Allen style offense.
I'm going to go ahead and force the three of us to make yardage and TD predictions right now, and I'm going to call it a beer bet.
Beer bet.
Oh, boy.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can go over.
Write it down, Jarrod.
You
Yeah,
can
you
go
can go
over. You can't go. Well, wait, no. You can't go over. You can go under.
Okay.
Closest to pin.
It's a
Closest to
two-part
the
bet.
pin. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Two-part bet, yards and touchdowns. Rushing yards or total yards?
Rushing yards.
Okay.
You want to add total yards? We can add total yards. I was going to go
Hmm.
rushing yards and TDs. Everybody, you in the comments, hit us up too, because every time you comment, you could be entered to win anything you want. One item off the bonfire site that I put the link in to the comments. Do that.
So I mentioned how don't be surprised if you see a 6 rushing yards per attempt player this year with James Cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that stat last year, the minimum carries had to be 100 yards or 100 carries to meet that qualification. James Cook had 89 carries for 507 yards for 5.7 yards per carry. He was 11 carries short of making that qualification to be considered in the comparison with other running backs. So we'll see what happens this year. All right. So you guys want to do total yards or just rushing yards?
Just rushing yards. We can
And
add
TDs.
total if you want. Decide now.
Let's do rushing yards and total touchdowns.
Rushing yards and total touchdowns. I like that. Okay.
Okay.
Let me
All right.
let me
So
hear it in the
rushing yards is
comments.
a point per yard. Touchdowns are 2 points per touchdown.
I mean, we're gonna go closest to pin.
Close
Okay.
to 10, Jarrod.
Yeah.
That's
So whoever gets closest on yardage and TDs, and then
There you go.
nobody's gonna pick the same. It's gonna be somebody's gonna be closer one way or
I'll
the
start
other.
off. He'll get the 180 carries Devin got last year at 5.5 yards a carry. I think he's going to hit right at the 1,000-yard mark. We're going to have a 1,000-yard running back for the
Exactly
first time in many.
1,000 yards is what you're going.
Yep.
Rushing yards.
Yep. And total touchdowns, I think he's going to push the limit, guys. I'm going 13.
Oh.
Is this going to be a Wheel of Fortune thing or not Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right, where you just one up everybody.
Are you going to go 101 and 14 touchdowns? Is that what you're going to do?
But depends on what you do, Swank.
No, you're going first.
Okay. I'm going to say rushing yards this year, 1,144.
Jesus. Where'd you get that from?
So I wanted to go over 1,044 is my favorite number, so I ended with that.
Okay.
Total touchdowns between receiving and running, I'm going to go 16.
Jesus. Okay. All right. 16 touchdowns. All right. So let me start my deal like this. We got people chiming in. Birdo, what's up, Birdo? He says he hopes Cook does have a good year. A lot of potential. Kevin says having Damian Harris will benefit Cook. All right, here we go for some predictions. Paul Rossi, 1,400 all-purpose, 900 plus rushing, 7 TDs. I like that. That seems reasonable. Adam, of course, man. You're welcome for the response, dude. Thank you for all the questions. It's great. It's been really fun. Rob Mullen says 895 yards rushing, 5.5 yards per carry, 450 yards receiving, 7 TDs. Kevin Kanya says 1,100 rushing yards, 8 TDs. Patrick Hughes, swinging for the fences, 1,500 yards and 10 TDs. Charla, what's up, Charla? She chimes in with 924 yards, 11 TDs.
Yep.
I like it, man. You guys
like Jarrod said, it's going to be the yards per carry that's going to do this for him. He's not going to get 300 attempts like King Henry does. I think he'll get between 150 and 200 carries. And at 5.5 yards an average, you get 185 carries, you're right at the 1,000-yard mark, I believe.
Dr. Bruce says 900 yards and 9 TDs. John says Cook squeaks out 1,010 TDs. Chris Christian says sets an NFL record for rushing. Woot woot. Swank says 950. I'm going under the 1,000. I think it's a lot to ask. I would love it. I hope you guys win this. And I'm going to say 8 total TDs. I think that'll be a solid sophomore effort from somebody who's taken over that number one rushing position. I think the thing that's going to jam him up, I think Harris is going to be a vulture, dude. I think Harris is going to be down there stealing touchdowns. You know, Josh is going to get a couple. So goal line wise, I don't know. Unless Jimbo split out wide or in the slot or something like that, or come out of the backfield, maybe a little corner, you know, it'd be interesting. There's so much you could do. This is why Dorsey's got to do the things that Dorsey should do, right? You got so many things. And if you get D-Hop in this offense, oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so like I got this defense trying to figure out so many other things that James Cook has the speed and the field awareness to be able to make these big plays. And I think a lot of his touchdowns are going to be big play touchdowns.
Hell yeah. Phantomonium. I told you. I done told you. It's 8:58. We're about to round robin this final thought. Get your comments in right now so you can get entered to win something off our bonfire site for next week. We're going to spin that Phantomonium Wheel of Death, as Spartan calls it. Thank you so much for your participation. I am so sorry about the absence of Nate Turner. We will check in and see what's up and reschedule with him. Obviously, something came up. He was a great guest the last time that Jarrod and RT had him on over at the Ryan Thomas Sports Podcast. So yeah, just know we're bummed too, but we'll get her straightened out. Jarrod, what's your final thought, buddy?
Sometimes when things don't work out, it actually turns out pretty great. And tonight's show was freaking awesome. You know, sometimes when you have special guests or you have set schedule, you kind of get away from the Phantomonium. And tonight we just went with it and we rode with it and we just started talking to you guys and you guys started talking right back to us. And we got back to how it used to roll back in the day and we loved it. And that's how we love to have every show.
I'm sorry, Jarrod, I have to stop this for an emergency interruption. Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right. We don't go a night without overtime. God damn it. all that hype for nothing. All right, go ahead, Jay.
So all that I just said is pretty much we wouldn't be here without the Fandemonium, without you guys participating. This is why we show up every Tuesdays to talk to you guys and having and seeing the conversation that the relationships that have built between you guys in the comments is simply amazing. And to have this Rager in September is not only for us to celebrate our Buffalo Bills, is to get all of us together and as a family, as a Bills Mafia, to say hi to people that we chat throughout the year that we don't get to see in person and share our family stories and why we like the Bills and all that stuff. And this is why we do it is to communicate with you guys. And so Swank and I and Scott can talk every Tuesday, and it's just a wonderful thing. I love the Bills Mafia. I love the Fandemonium, and I appreciate everything that this has become because of you guys. And I hope to see you next Tuesday. We're going to spin that Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny and give you guys one of our stuff from the store, and I can't wait to do it. Love you. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Heartfelt words from Jarrod, who's trying to get his brother in trouble with his wife. Go ahead, Scott. What do you got for a final thought?
Jarrod kind of said what I kind of wanted to say. It was a fun show. We'll have Nate on again. Obviously, he'll come back. He had a good time the last time he was on, and we look forward to that. And Nate, we'll see you next time. Love having the participation. That's something that we love doing. And, you guys joke around with us, which is simply amazing, and we love it. Next week's show, guys, it's the all too soon 53-man roster. We're going to pick our offense next week. So tune in. And like Swank said, we'll be spinning that Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny to see who gets to choose from our shop that one item that they want. Loved it. Loved today's show.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this show is your guys' show, man. We've always tried to be just ourselves. And our hope was that it would attract like-minded people that love the Buffalo Bills, love to talk about the Bills, and love to joke around, love to stay positive about it. That's what the page is about. That's what the live stream, the podcast is about. That's what Buff Fan Base is about, and it's just so nice that it's grown, and you guys are just such an important part of that. And tonight is a prime example. The hour flew. Obviously, we would have loved to talk to Nate, and we will talk to Nate. But this was a great show. Just talking off-season Bills football with all you crazy kids. So if you like what you see, you can check it out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The K-Gun Report, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Fandemonium and the Buff Fan Base and 26shirts.com. Make sure you get over to 26shirts.com and check out what Del Reed and all the gang have going on over there. Great shirts, great cause. Also, be on the lookout. These blue FLX Mafia shirts, if you're local, we're getting a local run of them. We'll do a little meetup. We'll do a little, maybe a little delivery, a little something. We'll figure it out. If you want your size, get it in and get it marked. Also, if you're going to be at the Rager and you want to pick it up there, we can do that. So just stay in contact. You can message us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of that stuff. Man, and you guys are killer. We love you. Go Bills.
I want to throw this out there real quick, Swank. Brandon Shell, right tackle from Miami, New York Jets. There's been talks in signing him. You haven't seen it on our page because we don't do anything unless it's actual written in ink. So keep an eye out. This may be a right tackle that's going to put Spencer Brown on his heels and fighting for position by season start. So love it all. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go.
This is a dangerous